Morning. I'm hungry. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Gotham, Season 4, Episode 9, Let Them Eat Pie. I'm your host, Dom. Joining me, we have Nikki and John.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good.
It's going good. It's going good. What'd you guys think of this episode?
I liked it. I didn't like Bruce.
Did it make you more hungry?
Not so much.
No.
Probably shouldn't have watched this one before dinner.
or during dinner, right?
Yeah, no, not a good time.
No.
I
I actually watched it during lunch, so.
I'm really sorry that happened to you.
Didn't faze me, so.
Well, good on you.
Maybe that's what she was eating for lunch.
What?
Pie? No.
Anyway, it appears that this is the conclusion of the Professor Pig storyline.
For now.
For now,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. This season, or this half of the season, anyway. Red Bandit in chat says, my favorite part of this episode was Professor Pig, hands down. Oh, 100%. 100%. Professor Pig is
Basically
amazing.
a Saw villain.
Yeah, he is. He 100% is. Except I don't think Jigsaw would make anyone eat their friends or victims or anything like that. That's just weird. But episode starts off. Professor Pig's dressed up as some like Amish man. I don't know. That's what he looked like to me.
Yeah.
And he was handing
Is
out.
either that or a really nice Jewish person?
Yeah. And he's handing out donuts and pies. Which were poisoned. He had made a tent outside the GCPD, and all the like homeless people that he invited back to dinner. Well, I guess only 2 of them were there. He had 2 of them set up, propped up, with a message to the police, and they were able to use that information to extrapolate that he had been in a paper mill that was shut down, like a paper processing plant. So Jim gets the jump on it and goes in there early, and I can't tell if Professor Pig had planned for Jim to be there early, like to come to this conclusion, or if it was because he did say to Jim, "I wasn't expecting you so soon," but I don't know if he said that to Jim to like fool him, you know what I mean? Because there was that whole banner that was inside of it with the riddle.
The message was there.
Right.
So I think it was planned.
Yeah, because he made it seem like it wasn't, but I 100% think it was.
It seems like it had to have been, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he had taken Detective Harper at gunpoint, stabbed her in the shoulder, allowing Jim to let him escape. And Jim decided he wanted to go. After reading the riddle, he realized he didn't want to send more officers in to be casualties like Harvey did.
Right.
This is the first time that somebody on the police force is like, I'm not going to call for backup. I'm going to go in alone. That I was like, that's smart.
Yeah,
you know?
Actually makes sense this time.
Usually it's just, we got him. We can't waste any time. Let's go. You know, and it's like, no, like you should still call for backup. But no, Jim,
Yeah.
you actually made logical sense this time, and I applaud you.
Which is funny because, you know, speaking of Saw, when it came to the police force in those movies, they never called for backup and they always ended up dead. So this is an interesting twist on things.
Yeah. And so this ends up being the orphanage. What was it, like a benefit dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a charity kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, and
for like backers and things like that.
yeah, and Sophia was the one in charge of it. Now her and Penguin have been at odds this episode. The mayor is supposedly vanished. Oswald wants to find out who bribed the mayor to appoint Jim. And Sophia thinks the Penguin's onto her. So she's all worried. She contacts Jim. Jim basically wants nothing to do with her. And then Penguin has Martine, the little boy from last week, being his eyes and ears to try to get some information. So while all this is going on, this is when Jim now, makes his way over to dinner and finds himself caught. Like he's talking to the chef's assistant. Didn't realize the chef now had people working for him. The Professor Pig had people working for him. That was kind of a surprise.
He probably has the whole time.
That's kind of a surprise to me. He seemed like a very solo kind of guy.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was paying them, though. It wasn't like, they're working together for a common goal.
Definitely paying him because he said, about our pay, it just doubled.
Yeah.
So
who's the partner?
That's a good question.
Don't know.
But yeah. So when Jim gets thrown into the back room, this is where he comes face to face with Detective Harper. He stops her bleeding. She apparently didn't get searched, so she still has a knife on her. Jim uses this to pry the door open and breaks in on Professor Pig's party. And now he's got all of the charitable donors, as well as Sophia and Penguin, sitting around a table with Gotham meat pies. Right? We had the fantastic musical number, the Meat Pie Tango, featuring Martine on triangle.
Yes.
But Red Band in chat says, I wanted to hear the end of his song. And I agree. The song was fantastic. And I loved Martine on triangle. Like, they need to go touring.
Expert triangle player.
Yeah. Sophia starts getting a little mouthy. And she gets stabbed.
In the hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh. And he goes, and if you pull it out, the next one will be in her eye. And I was just like, oh. He's not fooling around.
Okay.
So.
It's always interesting to have Penguin in hostage situations like that, though, because he's just so testy.
He just flies off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, one of the charitable donors had mentioned, it's just an orphan, don't worry about Martine, who cares? Penguin, flipped out. So he ripped the knife. It wasn't really a knife. It was more like
a ice pick or something.
Yeah. Out of Sophia's hand, and I'm like, oh god, she's gonna get stabbed through the eye now. He did it in a swift motion, and then just stabbed the guy in the back of the head, face first into the Gotham meat pie.
What a waste of a pie.
With human meat in it? Yeah, oh no.
Well, that's what Pig said. I'm just imitating a little bit.
Ugh.
I feel like Nikki is Professor Pig.
You live way too close to my house for that to be okay. Just turn it out
there. Okay.
She's imitating. She just admitted to imitating Professor Pig, so.
Yeah, one fucking line.
Not the whole murder thing.
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you were up to all day.
I could tell you, but it's not going to be related to the show at all.
So, Pig forces everyone to eat these pies. Everyone. And Penguin's the first one. And he's sitting there. And the look on his face and the way he was chewing made me want to gag.
Yeah.
Well, he was gagging at one point.
Yeah.
But then again, he did just monkey it into his mouth. There was no forks at all. It was just one big, scoop of handful into his
Chunk of
mouth.
people.
Yeah, handful. Way to use words for that.
He used his hand.
That's not what I was getting at.
I know.
I'm just glad because I think I would have actually lost it if like one of them spit out a fingernail or something.
Oh,
like I think I would have lost it.
No,
at that point.
he didn't use like appendages like that.
No,
He
I know,
used
I
internal
know.
organs, so there was no chance of
I know. I'm
fingernails or
just
anything
saying,
like that.
if that was something, like I would have lost it.
it's
I
like,
would've-
waiter, there's a little lung in my meat pie that's not cooked. Sorry.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But this is when Jim comes in. And Pig's got a whole array of throwing knives under his belt. Literally.
That was cool.
It was. That whole fight scene was fantastic.
It was great. Yeah. That was really well choreographed.
It was worth the torment of the human meat pies.
Yeah,
I really wasn't
expecting
like ninja throwing knives from from Peg. I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
If anything, like the whole part with the cleavers, yes, I expected that, but the knives first, that was crazy.
Yeah. But then he used the same ice pick the Penguin had stabbed through the guy's head to stab Pig. This is what gets him to arrest him. Now, the media was all up in Jim's business this episode, asking if he failed, is he going to get replaced like Harvey did? They're revealing details about the pig that they shouldn't have known. And then, when it's all said and done, Jim had promised them that the GCPD was going to take Pig into custody, and he made true to his promise. So the media thanked him, but still feel like there's still something up, because I don't think Pig released that information to the media. That's not his style.
I almost feel like it was Harvey, but at the same time, I think it's his second in command. Or no, she'd be number one for him now, right? The girl he saved?
Harper.
Harper.
I don't know if she could have, because she was like kidnapped for most of the episode, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But it was all before that.
The only thing that was leaked was that the pig,
cooking.
The pig was cooking or harvesting organs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that she was taken after that. So.
I don't know.
I don't think it's Jim. I don't think it's Bullock, rather.
No, I don't know. I kind of get the vibes from Harper because she has been prominent, even though we don't know much about her. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's the partner.
Yeah.
She's selling off information, all that jazz, because she's knee deep in the GCPD. And like I said, we haven't learned much about her at all. So she seems like she is one of those characters that they can, tag that onto. Almost throw her away.
You might be right. I don't know. Because I guess you're right. Harvey's kind of just on vacation right now. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But Bullock was mad, at Jim. I mean, rightfully so, but at the same time, he was a little unreasonable about it.
To be honest, I'm kind of glad he's gone right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
I've always his character was getting kind of flat because ever since they put him in the captain's position, he kind of was I don't know, he wasn't as eccentric as he was before, like interesting, because he had to follow the rules of the commissioner and the mayor, and then he was under Penguin's thumb, so he really wasn't able to do anything. And then the episode where, he basically he shoots his own officers because they run in, that's when he was the most interesting, because he was actually taking control of a situation. Mm-hmm. But in the end, that's not what he should have done. Like, that's the only time I've been vaguely interested in Bullock this season so far.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of I don't know. It just sort of leveled off for me,
Mhm.
I guess. Like he was still cool, and I don't hate him, but I think you're right. I think they kind of got him out of there in just the nick of time before he started getting really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see him like leave, like go back and find out what's really been bugging him, because there's something else up with him that's carried over into his work and stuff like that that we don't know. Um, there's still time for it, so I don't think it's too late to do that. But would have liked a hint of it at least this episode, you know. But what we didn't see this episode was basically anything involving Nigma, Grundy, and the trio of ladies.
To be fair, though, like we got almost 3 whole episodes in a row of them, so
It's true. I don't know, Grundy's just like so interesting to me right now that it's like when he's not in the episode, I notice it. Unlike Bruce, where I just don't care if Bruce isn't in the like it's like an afterthought. Like, oh yeah, Bruce wasn't in this episode. Pff, I didn't even notice. You know, like, but like Grundy, I feel the absence. You know, and I think it's really interesting because Grundy's almost like a Frankenstein kind of character, and it's like that moment of realization when Frankenstein realizes he's the monster. And that's kind of what Grundy's going through, you know, right now with getting his memories and stuff, the little flickers, and you know, so I'd love to see that turmoil, and I want to see where that goes, and it's just it leaves a big hole when it's gone. So, but Penguin forgives Sophia. She confessed everything to him. He forgave her, and says that he wants someone else as captain, and she goes, "Go ahead, anyone, name someone. I don't care. Like I have no ties to Jim. I don't care about him." And then in the limo, Martine comes and joins the Penguin, and she's like, "I saw Sophia kissing that policeman."
Whoops.
So if Sophia thought she was in the clear before, she's definitely not anymore.
It's not good.
Very, very sloppy. Very sloppy. Should not be doing that anywhere near anyone who has any association with Penguin, especially knowing Martine and Penguin are so close, you know, and the fact that this kid could be anywhere in the house at any point in time.
Right. She's got to be careful, but she's not.
No.
She is not her father, that's for sure.
no.
As much as she brags about, you know, my father does this, my father does that, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, she doesn't take her own advice. You know?
No, she's not calculated enough.
Calculated?
Calculated.
Calculated. I like it.
Red Bandit Chess says, Bruce was kind of a dick this episode, but the actor's still fantastic. And he was. And Alfred mentions to Bruce that he seems lost without his revenge. You know, like the Revenger's parents went from the guy in the street to Ra's al Ghul, and now that Bruce has killed Ra's al Ghul, he doesn't have revenge. He doesn't have anything to live for anymore. So Bruce wakes up with a hangover. He's trying to get Alfred to make him breakfast in, you know, lunchtime.
It's lunch.
You know? So Alfred starts lecturing him, and he's just like, Where's my friend Tommy? We gotta go do stuff. Can I have people over? You know, whatever. And he's like, do you not remember what day it is? Today's the day, you know, that you and your father went camping every year, and you put a rock up on the mountain, and da-da-da-da-da, we have to go do that.
Yeah. They should.
Yeah. So Bruce reluctantly goes, because he knows he's not going to get off. Alfred's not going to get off his back until he agrees. So they go. They go camping about 10 feet away from their car.
Yep.
That's not
That's
camping.
not camping.
Roughing it, boys. Telling you.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand if you're going camping at like a campsite and, you know, you have a car that's there and that, but that's not like wilderness camping. You know what I mean?
No.
Which is what it seemed like him and his father did, not what Alfred's doing over here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was still like they still had to make the trek to the top of the mountain. So, I mean,
They're just having breakfast, I guess.
yeah, they were just eating some. They were eating stew.
Yeah.
Like a little energy before the big old trail.
But Bruce is like, the rocks aren't in the backpack. I must have dropped them in the car. And he grabs the keys, and as soon as he takes the keys and he starts walking away, I go, Alfred, you're better than this. Alfred, you're stupid. Stop being stupid. Don't be stupid, Alfred. And then we hear the car start up and drive away, and
wow,
Alfred's
such a dick move.
Alfred's just like, I'm stupid. How did I let this happen?
Because
so
he still has faith in Bruce at that point.
I guess.
But he's like real mean. He's like, "You're not my butler. You're my butler. You're not my father." You know.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, fucking what?
Yeah, because he just drove off without Alfred. Alfred has been talking all day about this walk. So then Alfred gets back to the mansion. Bruce is having a party in the thing, throwing. What were they throwing in the suit of armor?
I don't know.
Rocks, just like coins.
I don't know what they were throwing. It was bigger than coins, whatever it was. I thought it was darts at first, but I was like, that wouldn't make very much sense.
It's like a giant bong on the table too. I'm like, what goes on in Gotham?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
These
Nothing
kids are
good.
too young for this shit.
Yeah. So then Alfred walks in the door, smashes the record player. Who has the party first and foremost and plays music on a record player?
In that era, they would, yeah.
That era? This era. They're using cell phones.
I don't know, maybe it's Bruce. He has money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to play vinyl, he can play vinyl.
He's like totally hipster enough to do it.
I mean, there are still like mainstream music that is like still coming out today that is still printed on vinyl. So it's not.
Sure.
No, I know that, but to me, and I'm not saying that people don't play them, but to me, they're more collector's pieces than they are, like to listen to regularly. Like, I'm not gonna go, be like, I want to go listen to, my Metallica record. Like, I'll just throw Metallica on Spotify. I don't know.
They don't have that for one thing.
We don't know this.
They have flip phones.
I mean, he does have an iPod.
Well, okay, at least the CD player, okay?
Yeah, I mean, my logic is that, like, it's a very old house, and I doubt they've done much to modernize it, like, with a sound system or anything like that.
That's probably true.
You know what it is? So, like, I doubt they could even exist. Like, he probably had to hook that thing up to an amp, because it's his dad's.
Yeah. So.
But regardless, Alfred destroys the record, and possibly the record player. And then the first thing out of Bruce's mouth was, "How was your walk?" I was just like, "Oh no!"
Yep.
I'm such a scotch.
You stoked the fire.
Yeah. He's just like, "Look, I don't want you to be my father. You're my butler, and as my butler, clean up this mess." I was like, Bruce.
I was looking forward to Alfred just decking Tommy in the face. Like, I wanted it to happen so bad.
I really thought that was coming. And Tommy had the wherewithal to back down.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, okay, well, I just got my life threatened. I'm outie.
See you guys in a bit.
Let's go to the club. Later, Gators.
Oh, yeah. I was totally expecting him to get smashed, though. I was waiting for him to just raise a fist up to Alfred and just be on the floor before he even knew what happened.
Yeah.
Alfred wouldn't even
I don't
have
think
hurt,
Alfred would have beat the shit out of him, but Alfred definitely would have
knocked him
on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Do you think Alfred's gonna stick through this? Like,
he's gonna
walk out?
He's not going to walk out. He's going to end up... I mean, it's not the first time he's given Bruce a beating.
Yeah.
I feel like it's coming. And we know that Alfred has a little bit of the Lazarus Pit in him, and he's probably a little bit more powerful than... Like, I feel like this is going to trigger something in him. And now we're going to start seeing the Lazarus Pit start oozing out kind of thing, like the powers.
Or at least the crazy.
Yeah, the crazy, because we know that the Lazarus pit does cause crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What is gonna stop Bruce at this point?
Yeah, a good fucking knock upside the head.
No, that's only gonna make him more mad and more rebellious.
Yeah.
I feel like he has to lose something really, really important where he has to, and then he has revenge all over again. You know?
I don't even know. Because he's just being such a shit. Like, he has to find a reason to live, honestly.
And I think that's going to be to find out that Raj al Ghul is still alive. And we know that Raj transferred his powers to Barbara.
Barbara. Yeah.
Gave her the glowy treatment.
Yeah, that happened a while ago. What the hell?
Yeah, nothing
Where's that
came of
been?
it yet.
Yeah.
She hasn't activated it yet. She doesn't know like what it did, anything like that. I mean, we don't really fully understand what it did either, so.
She just glowed a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't know. But I could use another break from Bruce now.
Yeah.
I could definitely be like, okay, that's been enough for me. You can go away for a while.
See,
unfortunately, we will be getting Bruce next episode.
Spoke too soon.
It's this kind of added, the way Bruce is acting. He's 16, right? I have a preteen, and she's got like 3.5 years until she gets to that point. I hope it doesn't get that bad, because I don't know what to do with. I might have to find my own Alfred.
You're going to live outside now, child. Have fun doing. Have fun doing that. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I get it. He is 16, and he's acting like a spoiled rich 16-year-old would.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, something's got to give. I don't know what it's going to be, but
and it doesn't help that he doesn't really have Alfred was authority, but now he really doesn't have any.
No,
because he's right. Alfred is just his butler.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, is he legally Bruce's guardian as well?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Oh, he has more than just a butler card. He should. Oh my God!
He does have parental rights. Yeah. So technically,
I mean, he does, but when you get thrown in my face, you're not my real dad. Like that kind of stings a bit.
Yeah. What are you going to say to that?
He still has parental rights, and he can't say, I don't give a frig if I'm not your real dad. You're under my thumb because of law.
Now in my head, I'm like, all right, you go to the judge, you file a person in need of supervision charge against him, get his ass into mandated treatment. It's going to be, I'm like, no, you know what? No, we got to get your head out of the game, John. That was my first thought. I was like, maybe a good day treatment program would be helpful for Bruce right now. I think he needs that kind of structure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That won't work.
Now, there's something that's been bothering me this season that I haven't really mentioned until now, because it wasn't until this episode that it really started making me aggravated. And that's just the mention of the Narrows. Right? We haven't heard about the Narrows for 3 seasons. And this season in particular, they're shoving it down our throat. I almost want to turn it into a drinking game. Like, anytime they say the Narrows, and then at that point you will realize how many times it's actually being mentioned.
They are saying it a lot.
It's just, for something that almost didn't exist for 3 seasons that you're just kind of bringing to our attention now. It's a little frustrating. I get that it's kind of like this subsect of Gotham that is lawless and has its own rules and all that, but it's shove it in our face the way they've been shoving it is just kind of getting on my nerves. I don't know. Had either of you guys noticed that so far?
I honestly don't care.
The only reason, I mean, it's weird that they're talking about it so much all of a sudden, because it's like, sounds like there should have been an increased police presence here for quite some time.
Yeah.
But now we're just getting to it. But I don't mind just because like the characters I like are kind of there. So
Yeah.
I mean, like if Grundy wasn't there and Ed wasn't there, like I don't think I'd care.
I mean, it's just not. I'm not just talking about going to the Narrows. I'm talking about
Just
literally
talking about it, right.
about it. Like they just throw the words "the Narrows" into conversation so much that it aggravates me. I don't mind going there. It's just the way they throw it in our face, you know.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Like, there doesn't seem to be much of a reason for it, just mention the Narrow. I mean, I guess. Do they want to just keep it fresh in our minds that, like, oh, this is a place we're at this season? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's a little heavy-handed, but this show tends to be a little bit heavy-handed, so.
Yeah, they tend to overdo things when they don't need to,
But, with that being said, next week's episode is called Things That Go Boom. These titles are getting very, very, descriptive.
They're very childlike.
Yeah.
Is this episode going to be about Taco Bell tacos?
Yes.
Okay.
Explosion quesadilla chimichangas.
About the state of your toilet afterwards.
Gordon tries to broker a deal with Penguin that involves Sophia. Meanwhile, Alfred tries to pull Bruce out of his teenage angst and downward spiral as Lee Tompkins gains more control over the Narrows.
Ah. Very good. There it is.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna need a running tally for how many times the Narrows is said next week.
Might not be a bad idea.
I mean, if they're going to be in the Narrows, why take a tally? Because, I mean, it's the whole fucking episode, right? Pretty much.
Like I said, being there is not saying. Just how many times they say the Narrows. I'm gonna do
Probably
it.
a lot.
I'm gonna do it.
You want to take a bet that Bruce is actually going to develop a serious coke habit and actually have to go to rehab? Because it's like, I'm 16 and I'm lost inside of a hooker. It's like, you should stop doing so much cocaine, Bruce, and it won't be so bad.
Yeah, we're not too far off.
Yeah, we're getting to like Hanson Brothers level of downward spiral.
Oh.
Those boys hit the dirt hard. You don't remember? Nah, it was bad. Remember Aaron Carter? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Not really.
I know.
Okay. So, I think that about does it.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Where did he go?
Oh, where did everybody go? You guys disappeared.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really dark.
There was a power outage on Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
Me and John just had to disappear for a second.
It's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Whose hand is that?
What?
You know, we should probably stop the episode.
Yeah. All right. On that note, guys, where can the people find you?
Guys? As in both of us? Are we supposed to talk at the same time?
At the same time.
Do it like Goten and Trunks do when they fuse.
Nikki, where can the people find you?
On Twitter.
Yeah.
LadyVenom24. LadyVenom24.
Yeah. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me loving Hanson more than I thought I did at No More on Twitter.
And you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, Discord down below, and right here on both YouTube and Twitch at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite games, movies, and TV shows. Until next time.
Videos get the shit flagged out of it, and I don't care.